Hey yo, we're back for another episode of the. Wow. If I do the squigglies, oh my god, the sun is in my eyes. Close the windows, Paul. Jesus, there's not even sun outside, but it's just like overcast, and the rain's making the clouds white. Anyways, look at this. I didn't even know I could do this. What the hell? Wasn't that fun? Wow, amazing. What is this? Oh, it's offline. Oh, it's too late. Oh, look at these guys. They're probably pissed off. What's up, dudes? All right, so I forgot what the hell my plan was last episode, so we're gonna go from here. Food's still distributing. They got plenty of food. Suck it up, Paul. We got some of that. We gotta probably feed these, refill these. That's what we're gonna do. Let me get some of this. Chickens! I hear y'all. I don't care. And hopefully they don't starve to death. I gave them the food thing last episode, right? So let's hope that goes well. Okay, don't need to suck up those. These guys are surprisingly undervaluing my... Or like, undergiving... Production's not as good... Word of the day. I need cats, apparently. Or to spread off into new lands for more extravagant returns here. So, let's see here, Pid. Hey, Pid. Welcome back. Okay, let's see here. So, what do I got? These things are still growing. They're still mowing. Any upgrades I could do to these? Nutrient soil, makes crops always yield maximum harvest. Scares off creatures. I don't really care about that part. Maximum harvest... they're kind of not even eating, so they're kind of chilling. I don't know, unless this is like from based off of how they're treated. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I don't know what is how much is this? We're gonna go to the overgrowth after, so we need 1795. Should I sleep till morning? Is that a thing I should do? I guess. I don't know. Oh, upgrades. Any upgrades I can make use of? Tank booster 2. Don't necessarily need that. Water tank. Yo, what's up, Sane Game? What's up, dude? Pulse wave, like, I don't even really understand the benefits of using these yet, so I'm not even gonna buy these. I'm honestly just gonna save up real quick. It's gotta be something with the water. You know, maybe I should do the water. Yo, what's up, Skins? Yo, we're doing good. Doing good, fella. Hope you're doing swell. Let's, sleep till morning, even though it looks like it's about to be morning anyway. Okay. Star Mail. What's so great about this? People don't care. People. Chicken. Hello, chickens. Hello, chicken. This sounds like a freaking thing I'd see in my chat, like some troll. Which is everyone in my chat. We're sleeping till morning. This one. Okay. Wow. Imagine if life was that easy, dudes. Oh, yeah. You talking Swedish? Oh, yeah. You don't watch my streams. You probably don't know what happened. No, sorry, Skins. What happened to you? What's going on? What's up? I don't necessarily watch I don't watch streams in general, so it's not just yours, so don't take it that way. But what's been going on, pal? Oh, man. Yeah, it's gonna be long as fuck. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Hopefully, I guess it's bad. Yeah, no, I wasn't talking. Okay, no, yeah. Yeah, just to clarify, like, I honestly just like, I don't watch streams in general anymore. Which is funny, which is so weird about like Twitch streamers and stuff like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird how it always ends up that way. Let's see, let's plorp this in here and get some money going. Okay. But yeah, hopefully things are going well with you, pal. Hopefully they're not like shite in the plight. What am I doing? I'm trying to get money, so I need to get food to feed these guys, but they're not eating. So I'm kind of just looking for plorps, eh? I'm just looking for plorps. I guess I could suck up some food while I'm here. Oh, I remember. Let's okay, so let's get some money. Let's go feed, be gone, Satan. Not you in my chat, I mean, general word. Hang on. Okay, I don't even know if I collected that. Let's, no foods. Okay. We're grooving, we're moving. More foods and stuff. We'll at least get a few bucks going here, so that's okay. Let's see. So the big guy, he eats anything, right? So, like, what if I feed him the carrots and such? Like, what does does he have a favorite? I don't even know. Okay, hang on. Let me just see here. So he likes food. So we suck up all this food too. So I've been dealing with severe social anxiety. I've lost my oh wow. Due to me having panic attacks from being in public and working with other people. It took some time off to go visit a mental health clinic. They offered to set me up with a therapist, so I went there. Okay, wow. I'm sorry to hear that, actually. So if you're dealing with a lot of because Pink Ranger Peters, she deals with social anxiety from time to time. I don't know. It sounds like yours is a bit more severe, but she's found, like with her case, is that if she's in a situation where she's not doing anything or socializing, the anxiety starts to rise up because she's not doing anything, and therefore, and she's learned through through life that like if she's not making money or doing anything all the time, she's like failing at life. Like she's learned that, and she has to unlearn that about life. So her anxiety doesn't help with that, and that's where it sort of comes from. But with yours, wow, I'm surprised. So like, is it like a specific situation you deal with? Is it like just like when you're met with someone you don't know what to say, or you're afraid like they're gonna think something bad of you? Like I don't know how open you are about talking about this on the stream, and these are supposed to be episodes for the Let's Play, which I'll probably not put on, obviously, because this might get too serious. But no, I'd like to help since I'm here. I'm streaming for about like half an hour right now, so it's whatever, bud. You know, we could talk, we could not talk, go too deep, whatever you're comfortable with. But I don't know. Basically, what I've found with anxiety to help with that is like well, I can't really give you extreme advice. It's more of a case-by-case thing, right? I have to talk to you, really find out where it comes down. That's why I asked those questions I did at the start. But if you're finding it's jobs, I mean, the thing is, you could try look for a pattern across those jobs where your social anxiety starts to arise. Something that helps in the moment with like basically the things that should help with anxiety, because anxiety is all about problems you have about the future or what could happen, right? Depression's in the past, anxiety's in the future. So whatever you're getting anxiety from is definitely something from the future, right? So it's what could happen, what could go wrong, blah blah blah. And some things to realize about life. I mean, these aren't going to help cure your anxiety, but like things that generally are help to keep in mind is that, you know, you can say, what if this goes wrong? Well, that's just as valid as what if it goes right? Like, because no one could tell the future. You saying could this go wrong is exactly as powerful saying as could this go right. Now, you got to be realistic and blah, 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 and think like, oh, well, you know, there's also still like, you know, being realistic and understanding probabilities. Like if you're good at math, if you're bad at math and you're about to take a math test, chances are, yes, the bad thing will probably happen, but you don't know that. Your chances are still there, right? It's not like it's completely zero. So it's important to look at life, especially if you have anxiety, is that like anything you think negatively is coming from a thought that you've been taught growing up. Generally, again, I'm not a therapist, I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is generally what I've found to be true when it comes to dealing with anxiety. That actually does help with thinking about these things. But anyways, let me keep reading and stop preaching. However, during the screening process, they asked me some questions, and one of them was, if I had plans to commit suicide, as in, do you currently plan on killing yourself? I said yes, as in, I had plans to kill myself before. So what they decided was to have me committed to a psych ward against my will because they deemed me at risk. Wow. I loudly detest to that, and they called the police and an ambulance. So yeah, I was forced to. That feels traumatic. So yeah, I was forced into a psych ward against my will. I eventually got out. My current job put me on a leave of absence due to it, and I have no money and basically no job, and I couldn't pay my rent. Yeah, no, it was super traumatic. Wow. Yeah, because that's, you know, I had a friend who actually ended up just talking on the whole, like, do you feel like committing suicide? Because they want to determine, basically, when they ask you that question, is like, if you're a harm to yourself, you could kill yourself, and that's why they detain you, so they talk you out of it, or at least help you or something. They probably didn't really help that much by doing that, but they need to make sure you don't do it right away, right? And so, and it's like, they want to distinguish, are you feeling so down you don't want to do anything, or feeling so down you want to do something as in hurt yourself, right? That's usually what it's, there's two sides of the sadness and the depression they're trying to distinguish when they were there, because if you decide to kill yourself after seeing them, it becomes like a liability. They become like a, you know, it's a liability essentially, and it's like something they could have done, and, you know, it would look bad and be bad for everyone involved, right? So that's why they go about it that way usually. So let me just reread actually what you've written also with let me just reread some of this so I could really extract what's going on here. Do you currently plan on, I said yes, so they decided it was, I mean, a psych ward against my will, and they deemed me a risk. I'd loudly test. Okay, so now that you're out, how, like, so it seems like, okay, so you just had to deal with a really traumatic situation just now where the cops detained you, blah blah blah. I'm curious, how many days did they keep you there? It's good that your job put you on leave, but yeah, now you have no money. I think now that, like, I think you need at least time to process what you just went through. So like talking to a therapist as soon as possible. And I understand that's hard to do, because they like schedule you like once every couple months sometimes, right? And you know, who knows when when your session is, but like who knows in between that session and the next session. But it's like, well, if I were you, obviously I would take the time to just process, if you want to cry, if you want to scream, if you want to do whatever, just let your emotions out, like really process. It actually is proven scientifically crying does actually help. You know, it releases actually hormones through your tears, like it actually helps. So if you feel like you need more time to process, more time to express yourself, I would suggest that. Then after that, I think it's really worth putting yourself in a place where when it comes to your job is to really find a job that minimizes your anxiety. I think that's key, because some jobs you just can't help it, and you can't stop yourself from feeling it. So that's what happened actually with Pink Ranger. She was in a job that she wasn't getting enough support from the company, the workload, and so she literally had to just change jobs, and now she's way more doable with her anxiety. She's at a just as stressful job, but a different kind of stress, where she's not socially isolated, and she always has something to do, which was in her other job she always had something to do, but she felt super socially isolated and never found growth, or never found like that she was making any sort of impact, because anytime she was trying to do the right thing, her job was set up that like people around her were trying to like brush the important things under the rug to make it easier for everyone involved, like their clients and the workplace. It was like just so shitty, because the people she was trying to help were suffering from it. Long story short, it is a place that didn't support her, didn't even support the people she was trying to help, right? And so it was just like she had to move jobs to minimize her anxiety. And yeah, it's just to actually have a job where she's actually, you know, it just basically minimizes her anxiety, right? And she doesn't feel like she's doing nothing. But anyways, let me keep reading her out. But they said I was well, the whole reason I went in because I was depressed and wanted to get over my social anxiety, to find. Oh, sorry, it's hard to. Oh, I'm missing these. Okay, just gonna shoot while we read. The whole reason I went is because I was so depressed and wanted to get over my social anxiety and find some way to deal with it. I even told them I don't currently plan on killing myself, and they wouldn't listen. So, okay, yeah, it could have been like they if they hear any word of that, they just can't. It is kind of shitty that they did that to you anyway. They should have just taken that, but I guess they just can't risk anything or whatever. But, you know, people, they work how they work. I don't know. Ooh, what the hell is this? This guy, whatever. I don't care. Or Otis. Ortis? What is it? Okay, I could do this. This is easy. 8 carrots. Okay. Oh, I ain't gonna see a therapist now, even though I want to, because last time I tried to go, I got fucking committed. Well, that's screwed up, but oh, a gold slime. That's actually super fucking rare. Oh, I can't take these guys? What is this? Okay, he's gone forever, whatever. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Well, I understand your complete fear, and it's extremely justified, and I don't want to invalidate your feelings right now by being like, oh, well, go back to therapy, even though that's sort of what I'm about to say. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, and you know this, you're aware that, like, not all therapy or therapist kind of will do that, right? So, and it's going to be on your record, and you just got to make sure not to say it next time. This all sounds fucked up, like, oh, you got to say the right things to the therapist, or else they're going to like put you in a traumatic situation again. I understand how all this sounds and all that stuff, but like, there are, you know, some therapists, you know, you could have had the situation where you got to a therapist and, you know, they didn't commit you, but you still didn't feel like they connected, or you learned much, or you're really progressing at all. And that's, you know, that's a common thing. So what my point being is that you should still try other therapists. If you're not comfortable right now, that's totally justified. I'd still recommend looking into it, because, you know, the benefits of a good therapist outweigh the isolation of not talking to anyone, right? So that's just my point of view, right? Nah, man, it was so unprofessional. They were hella condescending to me. They didn't treat me like a person at all. They treated me like an issue. Okay. So if you got that sense, like, I'm assuming you went through, like, the hospital, like, whatever. Like, I don't know how it works in America and Canada. It's all paid for. So you go to the hospital to get assessed, blah, blah, blah. Or you go through social work in your community. Now, in Canada, I don't know how it works in America, but luckily we have systems where you can get literally free social workers therapy sessions. You get, like, 6 free ones and they're just social workers in the community that provide not minimum or baseline. Like, yes, it's less expertise than like an actual psychiatrist or therapist, but it's just as good, honestly, for the needs of, you know, needing to talk to someone, needing to, you know, what am I getting at here? It's just it's important to just talk to someone. So if there's, you should try looking out like therapy near me and like seeing how that works. Social work and all that stuff. Social workers are just as good for the needs of, if you're in a desperate situation, it's definitely worth looking into. That is what I'm saying. What else are we talking here? And yeah, if you feel like you got that sense, try not to go through the system that way again. And I'm assuming you went to the hospital. Is that what you said earlier? Let me just double check into these comments here. I was doing a series of panic attacks and being I took off a visit. Oh, mental health clinic. Okay, mental health clinic. Okay, so I'm assuming that's not a hospital. Which actually, I don't even, again, with America and Canada, you guys have to pay way more just to fucking get seen, right? So that's even scarier, right? Oh, you were put in a hospital psych ward. Oh, okay. Well, Skins, honestly, so, you know, in this point in time, right? You're at home. You went through a lot. I don't know when your rent's due. America. Yes, Satan, exactly. But, you know, basically all you can do right now is give yourself enough time to process your emotions. Honestly, obviously you can't like spend too much time, because then you're just like, you know, then the rent comes and then you're anxious about that and worried about that, and then they might kick you out and blah, 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 like domino effect of bad things happening, right? You can't spend too much time. You should give yourself a day or two. I don't know how long it's been since you've dealt with this and you came home. But okay, step one, I would suggest literally just like really just let your clear your mind basically by just feeling what you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. Just go through it. You know, realize it was a horrible experience, but you're now at home eventually as you're expressing, you're now at home, you're grounded. This is a grounding technique where you just realize, okay, there's no one coming at me right now. Yes, the rent is due at the month, but that's not coming yet. I have control over my situation now. You got to realize, okay? Oh, I'd be homeless if I weren't for a friend of mine. I had no money, no job, and rent due on the 1st. Okay, so I guess you're saying you're living at a friend's house. Okay. So again, after you feel like you've had enough time to express yourself, process yourself, I should say, is the better term. What I would suggest now is basically really try to find a job that will not trigger anxiety. So it's more about understanding what has caused your panic attacks. And if you don't know, it helps to get, actually, I will link you in chat. Right now, this book. You should really look into cognitive behavioral therapy, because this is the easiest thing to get into. I realize this book costs money. It costs $20 Canadian, but CBT book, workbook. Because if you talk to a social worker or any of these guys, they will literally suggest buying this book and work it with them. It's a book called Mind Over Mood. If you can find a PDF online of it for free, this would be great for you. This book has actually helped millions, and I'm going to link it in chat. This is going to be the Canadian link, but I'm sure if you click it, it'll redirect you to America. Mind Over Mood. I use this book. Pink Rangers tried this book. It helps you basically understand the idea that, like, it basically just helps you the idea of understanding, okay, what exactly is happening every time I go through a panic attack. It literally helps you break down the process of what triggered you, what came before, what came after it, what are the thoughts, and, you know, it really just helps you realize that things in your body are automatic in your head, right? And so it really helps just break down the process of what happens every time you go through a panic attack. It really does help you. Like, just put it on paper and see it like an overview, instead of like having all these confused feelings come at you all at once. Very overwhelming. So it helps you process. Oh, what triggers it? I know the steps don't mean it gonna go away. No, that's true. I understand. Yes. It doesn't mean it's gonna go away, but you can't solve a problem unless you're aware of what's going on with you, really, like, to the bone, right? You really have to get to the root of these things. And yes, you probably, there are scenarios where you can't cure your anxiety, but you can minimize it. You have strategies to deal with it for now. Therapy over years helps and all blah, blah, blah. My point being, you're not going to get anywhere unless you look at it and make sure you really understand what's going on with you. And if you know your triggers, right, you just have to be in a place where you minimize the triggers from happening. And even when the triggers happen, you have strategies and ways to deal with it. such as, you know, if it's in the moment, like, I don't know too many strategies for dealing with it in the moment, but grounding, like I just said, is just realizing, okay, I'm afraid of a situation coming up. I'm afraid of what's about to happen. Is this person going to yell at me? Am I going to fuck up on my job? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure what your anxiety is or what goes through your head. But basically, it's like, bro, I'm telling you right now, I don't agree with any of what... Okay, sorry, okay. So, fair enough. Okay, so if you don't agree with anything what I'm saying, fair enough. Yeah, this is your experience. I don't want to invalidate it. Okay, I'm just giving basically what I've seen with other people and their anxiety and blah, blah, blah. But your case could be totally different. Fair enough. I don't want to throw shit at you that you don't agree with. But I don't know. Basically, that's all I've heard so far. Also, thank you, Casey PL, for I'm afraid of getting pitches. Okay, thank you, Casey's. Appreciate the subscription. Well, I don't know. So I don't know what else to tell you then, because all I understand of anxiety is basically, and you know what? I don't have anxiety as much as most people do, but again, I just know from people who I've helped with anxiety, that's basically all you can do, is that control what you can in the moment. Oh yeah, my old job put me on the do not hire list. Found that out. Okay, which is really bad. You're right. That sucks. That's horrible, right? And you want to just, like, I understand, like, it's really hard for me to give advice if you feel that my advice doesn't mean anything to you, but, like, all I can really tell you is that, like, that I've seen worked, and I've seen, like, actually has helped people, is that if you're feeling super anxious and blah, 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 all you gotta, like, if there are no strategies that actually help you, you just express it, blah, blah, blah. But at some point, you're gonna come to a point where your head's back at, like, I can think again, and you gotta use that as an opportunity to really, like, do something, is all I'm basically coming from, basically, is all I'm saying. You don't gotta offer any advice, just be a friend, bro. You're treating it like a problem you gotta solve. Ain't nothing to solve. I just let you know. Okay, fair enough. You're totally right. You're totally right. It's actually, you're completely right. You're my friend. I just want to help you out. That's where I'm coming from. You're completely right. I don't have to give any advice. If you feel I don't know what I'm talking about, totally cool. Yeah, no, honestly. It just hurts me because in the sense that, like, I want to help you and I just have to accept it's not helping you. So it's okay. It's okay. So, yeah, no, and you know what, yeah, and that's, you know, you bring up a good point of, like, I just have to listen and be there for you. So if you want, yeah, I could just listen to you. You can just express yourself, which is just as valid. This is basically you processing your emotions, if you want to put it in a category or a box or something like that. What am I trying to say here now? Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no, if you, I'm happy I was here to listen to you. So, and you're, yeah, completely right about the whole trying to give advice and solve it right away, because that's actually invalidating if in a sense, if I'm trying to skip to the solution, right? So I know, I don't mean that, so, but I just want to help you. That's where that's coming from. So anyways, bottom line is, Skins, I hope you get better. I hope you feel better. I hope you have time to really look at life and take it, you know, and all that stuff. I'm gonna stop giving advice. But just know, yes, people do care about you, and I was just trying to help. But yeah, and I guess I can help by just, yeah, listening next time. No worries. I just like to, you know me, I'm just literally the guy who likes to give advice as much as they can based off of personal experience and all that stuff. I just want to help. That's all. So thank you for setting straight what you need right now versus what I'm giving you, right? So yeah. And so hopefully anyone who was listening into this was a, I don't know, a good lesson on understanding on, like, listening to people, right? Skins felt I was throwing advice that wasn't helping. Really just made it clear that they just need someone to listen. Important to do that, right? All that stuff. Okay, well, that's the thing, right? Each person differs. Thank you, Bogan. And I hope this talk is... This is so funny because this is supposed to be just like a haha playing Let's Play haha, but, like, you know, well, that's the thing, right? These are my streams. These were never meant to be like something, oh, there's got to be a certain way. So if this is the episode, this is the episode. So Skins, with your permission, am I okay? You know, I probably shouldn't post this, right? It's up to you, Skins. I would like to post this. I think this conversation was kind of a good example of, like, me trying to help someone and someone. You don't care? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is going to take a huge turn in the Let's Play for people coming in. I almost wasn't going to post this out of respect to privacy for you, but I'm glad you're okay with that. So yeah, so people can understand, like, you know, you shared a boundary. I didn't recognize the boundary earlier. We made it clear. I'm just a friend who was trying to help, helping in the wrong way, blah, 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 blah. In the end, we just want to make sure whoever's having a problem processes it and gets to the end. We just want everyone to be okay. That's all. Okay, so thank you, Skins. I appreciate you giving me permission to post this episode, because I was totally going to just not post it and then just put another episode after saying, hey guys, last episode, just basically just hoarded up some fruit and blah, blah, blah. Didn't miss much. So, yeah. Anyways, I had a plan for either or. And thank you, Local Bogan. I'm glad my advice has helped you. I appreciate that. I try to preach, what's it called? What's the phrase? Preach, give, speak preach what you speak? I forget. I don't even know. Sorry, Lilos. I'm not going to get into too much voices. I'm going to have to actually deny your points there, so you try to redeem that. But we don't do that anymore on here. My fault for keeping that up, though. So, yeah. Practice what you preach. Thank you. Practice what you preach. So, yeah. So, when Local Bogan says that, honestly, any advice... Yeah, honestly, I try. I honestly try. And honestly, with all the advice about the frickin'... With the frickin', like, cold turkey and all that stuff and on my problems... That has actually helped me. Like, literally, I put my locked on for this month, and I've honestly been more productive than I ever have been. And, like, stopping the streaming on certain schedules has helped me so much in life. It's crazy. Yeah. And yeah. And hopefully this talk has been helpful for anybody else. I'm streaming for another 10 minutes, so I guess I will, let's see here. Let's fill this up a bit, shall we? And yeah, actually, I will fill this up. We will collecting a few more things here. I don't know if these guys can eat chicken. No, they can't. They eat fruits and veggies. Let's collect a few more points here while we're here. And just go about it. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a very good conversation. Bro, I'm getting my... and moving on. Bro, I'm getting my asshole torn open by this MF exemplar in Darkest Dungeon. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Bro, I gotta play Darkest Dungeon. That's gonna be one of the Let's Plays on these Twitch streams. So, yeah. Man, I was the same way in my teens. I saw people issues as problems to solve, but I learned that a lot of people don't want that, which you're 100% right. They just want to open up and have someone to listen. Many people, however, do like advice. Everyone's different. Yeah, no, honestly, which is funny because I literally took a course on validation, and to skip straight to the problem, to the solving the problem is literally just invalidating someone's situation, just being like, oh, you just gotta do this, instead of like letting the person tell you what the hell's going on in their life and just listening. So yes, this is actually a very good lesson in validation. So thank you, Skins, for sharing, and yeah, just thank you. Just thank you. This is, I think, a great opportunity for anyone who is listening in to just hear. Because again, on my channel, and you know, I've tried to talk about this for years, just never actually like known how to package it properly. Listen to me package it properly for people. But point being is, I've always wanted to help people. You know, I had a fucked up like growing up as a teenager, and like when you okay, I'm gonna buy this. We're gonna get into the new land, people. New land, woohoo! Happy talks. But when you're trying to I grew up with ADHD, not knowing I had ADHD, and that fucks you up really bad, because then you have problems with your life you think are about your personality as opposed to something neurological you can't help. So that really fucked me up as a kid. Like growing up in high school, I was like doing bad in grades and stuff, and then like not knowing it was a neurological problem I couldn't help. I just assumed I was a bad person, and so that created a lot of shitty days for me. And then some other shit in my life wasn't going well. And, you know, when your parents don't know you're a kid with ADHD, they don't realize they have to, like, give you support in different ways, right? As I learned more about my ADHD, it was just like, you know, my parents tried, they did their best, they didn't know, and then, like, they also had their own problems dealing with, you know. It's like that's kind of everyone's situation, you know, your parents do their best, and then, like, they kind of go through a lot and all that stuff. I do not know what this thing does. But, like, bottom line is that, like, you know, you can't really change the past, right? So you do what you can now, is all you can. Like, the past and the future don't exist, right? Past is depression, future is anxiety. To say they're not real is not what I'm trying to say, that they don't exist, like the problems of anxiety and depression. But what I'm saying is that, like, to spend a lot of your mental bandwidth like on the future or past almost doesn't serve you. I mean, it's good to think about these things realistically, but you really have no control. It's like thinking about all the time about, like, what is Putin going to do today or tomorrow, and, like, having that stress you out. Like, you have no control of whatever Putin's going to do with Russia and all that stuff. You have no control of that, yet you're spending the precious moments of your life worrying about something you have no input or control on. And then, like, imagine if you did that your whole life, like literally being paranoid about like World War III happening and it never happens. You have just wasted your entire life in case it happened, right? It's just like, you can't control it. All like, if you're really that crazy, you can try to control it and basically be like, I'm going to dedicate my life to being a soldier in the American army. I'm going to be super smart. I'm going to go to Russia. I'm going to talk to Putin myself. Like, you could do that. You kind of have control of that, which just basically comes down to your life and what you can do with your decisions. But that's a bit extreme, right? And it's like, then you have to take into account economically, like the resources and time you have to really do all that. Like, are you really going to do all that? Like, no. It's like, it's like, and does that even align with your life? It's like, oh, well, if World War III happens and I can't start a family, I can't have a house, I can't blah, 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 blah. Sure, yeah. If World War III happened. Also, what about hurricanes? What about volcanoes? What if the sun explodes prematurely? You can't control any of these things, and you can't predict any of these things. So just you get more benefit out of spending your resources on what you can control now and what you have now. That is basic. Like, don't just think the future doesn't exist and no point thinking about it. Plan ahead, but really just sorry. I'm getting very passionate because that was just a big awakening for me when I realized that, like, nothing exists but the present. Like, and that's how you get a step forward in life. You literally just realize that nothing exists but the present. And because, you know, it's just, that's it. Just the present, bro. That's it. Okay, anyways, what are you guys writing here? Sorry, let me catch up on chat. Main takeaway, if you're having suicidal thoughts, let's read this. If you're having suicidal thoughts, don't tell the professionals that. Just tell them you got anxiety so you can get drugs instead of being committed. I guess so, yes, in Skin's situation. And you know what, it's probably, if you're in the States, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Honestly, that might have happened to me if I had said that. If I had said that if I was like committed to something, or not committed, but if I like went to the hospital or something. But like, or even my friend I mentioned earlier, like if they went and said that they had the catatonic depression more than the, you know, I'm gonna hurt myself depression. So it's like, you know, it's the system is kind of stupid sometimes. And the health system in Canada is also quite a fucking joke, where it takes honestly sometimes years for a cancer patient to get what they need, or like any kind of patient, if it's like a specific surgery, like it's just horrible. Like, yes, it's free, but sometimes the wait times are horrible. And right now we have a very big shortage of employees and stuff in Canada. It sucks. I don't know. I try to talk about what I've seen and heard. I don't know everything, right? Yeah. Okay, when you realize that the sun will explode in 600 billion years long after the last life the galaxy has expired. Yeah, dude. When you realize that I was supposed to be getting radishes for 3 seconds. Aw, Brian. Aw, I had 3 seconds and they were. Oh no, they actually weren't growing yet. I had no control over that. Lamau. Okay. Lamau. Didn't care. Didn't read. Anyways, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, your boy just wants to help people. That's all. Because he wishes someone helped. Like, basically, bottom line, 2 things I wish I knew as a kid is that, 1, your brain isn't fully developed until you're around the age of 24. So that means anything you're going through in life, you'll never fully understand until you're around the age of 24. You can try, and you can go through some serious situations that force the innocence out of you and force you to learn to survive. Like doing, like, literally, like, I don't know, getting a job at, like, fucking, like, 13, or figuring how to make money because your parents, or you only have one parent and they have an alcohol problem, so you literally have to survive, right? That takes the innocence out of your life and childhood and forces you to learn survival skills early. So it's like what I'm saying is that at that age, unless something like that happens, you really are not well equipped mentally to understand everything about yourself and the world. So just take it in, whatever, and just live life. But the second thing I wish I knew was that I wish I knew how important mental health was, and like how little do our parents' generation and just us in general just don't understand mental health, and how sad that is to realize that a lot of life's problems could be dealt with if we just understood from an early age, even being taught in school, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with depression, how to deal with anger, how to process your emotions, and obviously they talk about like drugs and alcohol and stuff, right? The things that could externally come at you, but like Sometimes, like, the thing is that you'll see kids in like even high schools or elementary schools that like deal with so many problems at home, and then like the kids who don't, it's like you'll notice that like kids who act out at school tend to have their needs, like emotional needs, not met at home. Now, this isn't always the case. Sometimes kids just act out to act out because all their needs are met, but maybe the parents or even them, sometimes it's not even the parents' fault. It's a bit of mix of both, or sometimes one or the other. Very case by case situation. But it's like the kids who usually have all the things going well at home have no need to act out at school. Maybe like you'll get a kid who like, I don't know, wants to TP the bathroom or something like that, right? Or like steal a hamburger, right? But like not at the lunch servery, but who cares, right? That's totally different from a kid who comes from a bad home, who wants attention, who's like screaming and saying fuck you to all the teachers, not going to all the classes, and literally like kicking in like fucking banisters in the stairwell and like, throwing them in the ceiling. Like this happened at my cousin's school, and he goes to like a fucking like that basically a troubled school, right? And so shit like that happens all the time, where kids are just like doing shit like that because like they don't want to go home, they hate their home, no one cares, and it's just like, why should they listen to the teachers? And it's just versus the kids who are like, their families are wealthy, they have nothing to worry about, they don't even have to have a fucking summer job, and like they could just do whatever, right? And those kids have less of it, and like they're just chilling basically, and they have less of a need to really do anything crazy. It's like at that point maybe they're bored and maybe like just try weed, or like, you know, and hopefully, God forbid, like get into worse stuff like drugs and alcohol, right? And think that's what they should do with their time. But that's like, I'm trying to like put everything under one umbrella, and it's really hard to do that. Honestly, it's oversimplifying things. But bottom line, life fucked up. Your boy had a fucked up life himself. Everyone probably did in our generation. Being born anytime after 90, like this, I guess this, what am I, technically a Zoomer if I'm born in 96? But yeah, so I don't know. It's just life fucked up. The best thing we could do is for our next generation of kids is to understand these mental health problems, not catch ourselves when we might be doing that to our kids or something like that, or other people, even just, you know, friends, family, whatever, strangers we meet at events, right? Stuff like that. It's just really important, us as individuals, because we affect one person, they affect 5 other people, they infect 5 other people, we create a ripple effect. It's really important to work on yourself, understand yourself, be happy with yourself, then, basically just deal with your demons to then finally start living and planning and trying to live your life the way you want, and then be the example that helps others and bring them out of their holes, and basically just be a good person. Come on, guys. It's very easy to be a bad person. It's super easy to destroy something. It's way harder to build something, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? So yeah, that's it for the episode, fellas. It's I gotta go to work soon. Gotta go to work early today. We got a work meeting or whatever crap, I don't know. Anyways, I hope this has been a good episode. I kind of just wandered and ranted all day, so yeah, is same as Germa. Just starts ranting and walking around aimlessly. I didn't know Germa did that. I've actually watched a couple of Germa's stuff, and like he actually plays the game. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. Point of the game here is that if I have nothing to talk about or like discuss with you guys, like the game is the content, then right? Then we actually focus on it. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching this episode. If you're probably watching this on YouTube. Thank you for everybody in chat. See you guys next time. Cheers.